welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie. I have my first reading vlog of the year starting right now. I am going to start Sugar Baby. My ARC says that it's by Unknown, also ignore my fingerprints, but it's actually by Celine St. Clair. It came out in the UK last year. This is the stunning UK cover. It would look so beautiful right now in my hands. I think I'm gonna special order this cover, but the US cover is also beautiful. Take a look. It looks a little moodier and like, someone's here, hold on. Sorry about that, back to business. Sugar Baby is supposed to be in the vein of, why is it always that expression that they use in marketing? Like there's probably another expression that they can start using. Anyway, it's supposed to be in the vein of Luster and Queenie. I have not read Queenie yet. Obviously, I plan to because I bought this book. I've heard great things about it. Luster was my absolute favorite book of 2023. It is one of my all-time favorite books now. This changed my life. It was so funny and beautifully written. Why did I say it like that? It was gorgeous, it was sad, it was sweet, it was so awkward, so painfully awkward that it was hilarious. I don't think the word funny or hilarious shows up in the synopsis of Sugar Baby. Let me put it up here if you want to read the whole thing. But it's a contemporary fiction novel about a young woman. She's living at home, she is working as a cleaner, she meets or gets to know her client's daughter better. She finds out that she is like a sugar baby for a sugar daddy, and our main character Agnes starts getting into that world. Lots of other things come up. You can read it here or, you know, I'm gonna talk about it in the vlog. But yeah, things are gonna get a little out of control. It's gonna be talking about class, gender, well, maybe not gender, probably gender, but race. So it's gonna be a lot to think about, lots to discuss, but I hope it's gonna be both sad and funny. That's my favorite combo. And a little sexy. Add that in and whew, that's amazing. In other news, I got some flowers for myself today. Let me go get them. Aren't they pretty? I think they're just carnations, but like, there's so many colors. Oh, they're so pretty. I love carnations. I know people think they're like cheap and they're like the flowers that you get for your middle school homecoming dance, but they actually smell so good. They last a while and they're beautiful. Thumbnail. Oh, fuck, I got water all over the place. All right, I just finished chapter 5 of Sugar Baby, so I'm about 15% of the way in, and I don't like the writing as much as I wanted to. I was thinking it was gonna be very literary and lyrical like Luster was. I'm gonna stop comparing it to Luster and like, it's gone now. The comparison's gone. So I'm just gonna read it as like a new adult story. That's kind of what it feels like. It's much more straightforward, and our character is very insecure. Her mother is super, super strict. I didn't realize that, and she's very religious, and it's giving me Wayne Kim and Mrs. Kim vibes. I don't think this is gonna end with them, you know, bonding over the tambourine and music.
Boys don't like funny girls.
But this very strict lifestyle has made our main character Agnes very sneaky, and she goes out with her friends and she drinks and she wears makeup that she's not allowed to wear, and she fucks men that she's not allowed to fuck. But she's 21 now and she still lives at home and she still lets her mother boss her around, which is just a really frustrating point of view to read from. I even just hate reading YA when there's like really strict, overbearing parents, just because I dealt with something similar when I was young. But then when I have to read about adults being bossed around and letting their parents control their lives, it is so completely frustrating for me. But things are already starting to move forward in the plot. Agnes has already been approached by this Emily girl. She's the rich client that Agnes works for. Emily is this very beautiful, blonde, status quo Barbie girl, and she tells Agnes, our main character, that she's writing a book about how to control men or something, and she wants to basically test these theories out on Agnes. Right now, they're about to sneak out together, Agnes got a little Princess Diary moment. It's so funny because she actually referenced that movie. There's a lot of topical, well, pop culture references that are very, you know, the Kardashians, Princess Diaries. You can definitely tell what time period we're in right now. I'm just very, I feel like things aren't gonna go well because our main character is so painfully insecure. It's weird because, and I am gonna bring Lester up again. Our main character in this book is insecure, but she's also weirdly confident. She like owns how insecure she is to the point that it makes her confident. I don't know. Whereas in Sugar Baby, she's letting people walk all over her and she's so desperate for any type of friendship. It's sad. And so this isn't funny. I think it's gonna get, like, she's gonna get a little taste of independence and then shit's gonna go really bad because this girl isn't her friend. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm a little annoyed with myself. I get into these moods where if I taste what the plot's gonna be for the whole book, and if I think it's going to crush the main character, it makes me not want to read it, but I'm gonna read it, okay? Something I do like in this is that they're talking about clothes and it's very girly, which I'm a whore for, so that's cool. This Emily girl, the rich blonde bitch, she's reminding me a lot of Alison De Laurentiis. She's like chosen Agnes because Agnes is so desperate for approval, I think. And so now I'm much more interested because this relationship between them, I didn't think it was going to be at the forefront of the story, but the dynamic there is like, it's depressing. Maybe they'll fall in love. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be a good ending, but it is an interesting dynamic, and I hope this is the focus and not on Agnes trying to rebel against her mother. I don't know. This is more fun. Even though, like, shit's probably gonna get real messy. Oof. Okay, Agnes went on her first sugar date. She went with Emily to this lunch, and like, I don't want to tell you what happens, like nothing dramatic or even bad. It was actually a really good, nice lunch. But it is like, I'm getting wormed into this, and so is Agnes. This is like such an interesting perspective, just because I have known a couple girls. I'm from Florida. I just want to say that. In particular, my brother dated this girl that used to go out to lunch with guys, like didn't do anything, but they somehow paid her rent. It was so weird, especially because she was dating my brother while she was doing this. I don't know, whatever. But like, this is on another level because there's like so much money and so much glamour, and like, I don't know, these guys aren't old and creepy. They sound like hot and rich. So I can definitely see the spell that Agnes is being drawn into, and this is pretty fun to read. It's very like, I want to see this as a show. Also, it's been so long since I did a reading vlog that I kind of forget what I'm doing, and I'm like, this is so boring. I'm so sorry. Alright, I just finished part 1 and Agnes's mom kicked her out of the house. It is on the back of the book, so I think that's the last thing. That's not a spoiler. So from here on out, like, I'm just gonna be telling you my feelings and vibes, so it's gonna go pretty quick. But yeah, I'm here for the drama, I'm here for the glamour, but for some reason I'm like not excited to finish this. And I feel really rude about that, but like, that's the feeling. In other news, I went a little crazy and I ordered a bunch of paint by color kits. I think that's why I'm being a little impatient with Sugar Baby, because I want to do stuff today and I wish I had the audiobook. I feel like I don't always want an audiobook, but this seems like one I'd want. All right, I'm gonna stop whining and I'm gonna start reading Sugar Baby. Let's start part 2. Okay, I've just read a little bit more and our main character Agnes has pretty much changed like overnight. And that's something I was scared was gonna happen just because there's been a lot of very quick transitions. Like Agnes meets Emily's roommates and there's this big girl group and they're all like instantly friends. And I thought that was just a testament to how transactional these relationships and these people are. But then literally like a night or two after moving out of her house, Agnes is suddenly pretend confident and is kind of a bitch and is telling guys on the street that they have no fucking chance with her. Like, it's been 2 days since she was just an insecure mess. What? No, that doesn't make sense. I would really, really love to see though that by the end of this, Agnes just turns into a villain and she totally accepts it and she is fine with it. She like turns into Emily, this vapid transactional human. But I'm just so sure that this is gonna be like a basic, this person learns their lesson, where she's gonna have to remember who she is as a person and go back to her roots. I don't want that. I want her to become completely unhinged, and I don't know. I don't want like a basic moral moral story. I might have to wait until Tuesday to borrow the audiobook because I'm getting really frustrated and I feel bad because this book isn't bad, it's just there's something about it that's just not clicking with me. So I'm gonna take a little break, read more of it at night the next couple nights, and then if I can't get through it, borrow the audiobook and finish it that way, and I will obviously keep you updated. I just feel so rude because I'm doing an individual reading vlog of this book, but I have to remember that this whole YouTube thing is so that I can document my reading, and not wanting to devour a book and not absolutely loving every second of it is like a normal thing. So I just hope like the author doesn't find this video and I'm pissing her off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry! I do love that she put a Twilight reference in here. She talked about the Volturi for a second. Oh, that was fun. Hello, it is a couple days later and I did wait for the audiobook to come out and I got my little greasy hands on it. I meant to say greedy, not greasy. My hands are clean, I promise. I have just now finished it and I gotta say, first of all, the narrator of the audiobook, excellent job. But this is ultimately a flop for me. If I try to think about it like a satire, but see, I can't because this is a sort of very straightforward morality sort of story and it's boring in that sense. I'm guessing the purpose, other than to like learn a lesson that sex is bad with, I don't know. It seems annoyingly judgmental and like this was just for shock value and a lesson, which it's so funny because there's a whole scene that happens in Miami and it's like, this is what everyone thinks of Floridians. Well, you know what? I wasn't that shocked by everything, I have to say. Maybe it's because I read dark romance. I don't know. I thought it was really irritating, like the main character. And again, I thought maybe, okay, maybe this is a satire. She's obviously supposed to be a little unlikable, but then like she learns her lesson after being in this world for like 2 hot seconds. So it just feels ultimately very judgmental and very heavy-handed. And for something that has as much sex as it does in it, a little prudish, just because it's like being shamed, like the sex that's happening. I don't know. I have weird feelings about this. And of course, in the back of my head, I'm trying not to be mean because as a piece of work, I am intrigued of more of this author. This is a debut. Obviously, everything's always up to interpretation and personal preference, so please don't be offended. But I think my expectations going in, like I secretly thought this was going to be a 5-star and it's probably going to be a 2.5. I think the only reason that it is compared to Luster is because the main character is not white and there is sex in it. And it's so interesting because in Sugar Baby, we get a lot of this character's backstory, a lot of her family, and in Luster, I'm so sorry I'm spending this whole video comparing it, but that's like the reason I picked the book up, which is, yes, my fault. But in Luster, we really don't know that much about our main character, and it's just the way it's slightly hinted at certain things. It's very, not even mysterious, it's just, it gives so much context to the character. I wish we would have had a little bit more vagueness, a little bit more hinting at the character, or a little bit more shown instead of just being told something. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking because I feel very bad for not liking this book, but that's just the way books work. Sometimes you vibe with them, sometimes you don't. Now, if you did like this, because I think it was fun to read in a curiosity sort of like, where's the drama? A little bit of Gossip Girl-esque glamour. So if you're into things like that, maybe give it a try. I think you'll know if you like it just in the first half of the book. But yeah, I think the like lesson was a little bit shoved down our throats. So were other things being shoved down her throat. Okay, sorry. I don't know. I think I just want a truly evil character or like an actual... Anyway, I'm on my lunch break, so I'm gonna go eat and end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know all your thoughts below, obviously, if you agree with me or not. I love discussing books with people, especially people who have different opinions, so don't be shy. That's a wrap on my first release day reaction in 2024. Get ready for a lot more of these, and I might like them, I might not. It's a mystery.